Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I have a special treat for you. It is an adorable citrus bloom card featuring some new products from Pinkfresh Studio. Their December release is hitting the shop today, and I think you're gonna love it. And I have a little look at the entire release here. I actually am missing a couple little things here, but if you want to see the entire release, I will have that linked below. But first up is the Citrus Bloom Stamp Coordinating Die and Coordinating Layering Stencil Set. And I'm going to tell you all about why this might be my favorite Pinkfresh product ever. Next up is the Cosmos Bundle, and this also features a coordinating die as well as layering stencils. Always uplifting. There is this Built on Dreams, and I have a great idea for this, so be sure you're checking the Pinkfresh YouTube channel for that. Also, a brand new hot foil plate called Lush Vines. And then there is In the Meadow. Now, this is one of those long kind of slim line size stamp sets. This comes all hooked together. I just cut mine apart so that it fits in the stamp pocket. It also has a coordinating die and coordinating layering stencils, as well as a washi tape that coordinates with that stamp, die, and layering stencils as well. So here is a look at that beautiful washi tape, and let me show it to you on vellum, because to me, the real magic with these washi tapes from Pinkfresh Studio are when you add them onto vellum. So here it is on white cardstock, and here it is on vellum. And these, when you die cut them, make beautiful kind of embellishments for your planner as well. Now today I'm going to be using the Citrus Bloom Layering Stencil Set, and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to get a no line coloring look with layering stencils, and a great and easy way to line them up. So I am going to use my Misty stamping tool to line up all of my stencils today. And every time I switch between a stencil, I'm going to make sure that my paper and my stencil are pushed up into that upper right-hand corner. Now you can pick any corner you want of the Misty. If you prefer to use the lower corner, you can. But you can see as I add my stencil, I'm taking time to make sure that everything is pushed up into that corner, and then they're all gonna line up. Now this works only if you're using this to just do the stenciling. If you already have a stamped image on your cardstock, you're gonna wanna line up the stencils with the stamped image. But if you wanna create this no line coloring effect, this is a very quick and easy way to align these stencils and make sure they're gonna fall perfectly into place each time. So I wanted to create kind of an orange blossom effect. So I started out with a little bit of lemon whip for the first two layers of the flowers. Now that is not stencil 1 and 2. I kind of went out of order here, but the layers of the flowers. Then I added a little bit of fresh pear along the bottom, and I went back to these more solid open areas of the flower, and I added just a teeny bit of warm buff over the top. And now I'm going to work on the fruit layers and the leaf layers, and I will have all the inks that I used linked in the description below, so be sure you check there. Now, this might be my favorite Pinkfresh product ever, because I actually grew up in the middle of a bunch of orange trees. My grandma was an orange farmer, and we have been citrus farmers in my family for a very long time. I live in a very small town in the middle of Central California, and we are one of the top producers of agriculture in the world. And oranges and citrus are one of the things that we are known for here in the Central Valley of California. And so I have very fond memories of growing up in the middle of the oranges. We used to ride our four-wheelers around and play hide and seek on four-wheelers, if you can imagine that. I drank water from the irrigation like pipes that came to water the oranges when we were thirsty during the summer and we were out playing. We had such a great time. And so this set is really near and dear to my heart because it really shows the beauty of citrus. And I absolutely love it. It just speaks to my heart because it was so much of my childhood and now my adult life too. So once I have all of those stenciled, I went ahead and used the one piece die set to die cut all of these images at once. So the stamp set and the die are all one piece, so you can die cut all of the images at once. And the images that you're left with, to me, are they feel very like Rifle Paper Company. If you are a fan of Rifle Paper Company, you will know what I mean. And these look great in so many different colors. I actually taught the class on this stamp and die set for the Pinkfresh Studio Create and Connect event. And I created several cards for that class with the stamp set. And I wanted to use it again for the December release because I love it so much. Now, I have a sentiment stamp from the Always Uplifting set that was released this month, along with the Citrus Bloom stamp die and coordinating stencils. And I have prepped a piece of vellum with my powder tool, and I'm stamping this Love Grows Wherever You Go sentiment onto the vellum using some embossing ink. I covered that with some gilded embossing powder from Brutus Monroe and then heat set that, and I'm trimming that down into a little banner shape. Now, to add a little like texture and layering to these die cut images, I went ahead and die cut them from some vellum as well. And I am adhering the vellum piece behind the stenciled piece, kind of a little offset, and that's going to give it a little shadow. And so I'm doing that with all of the pieces that I'm going to use. And you will notice that earlier I used the Simply Hexagon die from Pinkfresh Studio to die cut 3 of these hexagon backgrounds from some heavyweight white cardstock. And then one time I die cut it from some gold foil cardstock. And I am going to build up the layers for this background die to create some depth and some real kind of weight to this background. And I'm going to use this to kind of tuck little pieces of these Citrus Bloom stenciled pieces that I created earlier into the background. It's going to be so fun and so modern. And really, if you've been around citrus a lot, the bees are friends of the citrus. And so oftentimes in the middle of citrus orchards, you will find bees. In fact, orange blossom honey is one of my husband's favorite types of honey. He uses honey in his tea every morning. And so to me, this Simply Hexagon background kind of brought in the idea of the bees being in the orchards for me. So, take it what you will. I think anything geometric looks great with florals anyway. So I have a card base that I blended a little bit of mint ink from Pinkfresh Studio on, and then I attached my vellum sentiment and my background to the card front. And now I'm tucking in all of these little pieces. And at first I thought I was only going to use 3 of these stenciled and die cut pieces, but I ended up using 5, and I have a couple left over. And really, I chose this color palette for these blossoms because it really does remind me of that kind of beigey, creamy color that orange blossoms are. Now I added a little bit of shimmer to the oranges and lemons on kind of the shadow piece using my Tonic Aqua Shimmer pen. And now I'm using a white gel pen to add some white dots to the citrus pieces and a few little lines to some of the leaves. And I'm going to add some of the Pinkfresh clear crystals onto the card to finish it off and add a little bit more sparkle. And that finishes off my Citrus Bloom no line coloring technique using just layering stencils and the coordinating die. And I think this is a really fun way to use your layering stencils. I don't do it all the time, but I kind of like the softness that this brings without adding kind of that harsh stamped outline. Now, on my wish list, and I've contacted Kinnery from Pinkfresh Studio, and I don't know if this will happen, but I really want it. I really want a hot foil plate with these Citrus Bloom images. I think they are so adorable, and I could see myself using the hot foil plate all the time. So as always, I will have links to the featured products used in this project in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there or head on over to my blog at sprinkledwithglitter.com. I will have that linked below as well. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, a complete list of supplies, as well as information on a giveaway for a blog hop celebrating the brand new Pinkfresh December 2021 release. You don't want to miss it. There's going to be a ton of inspiration along the hop. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you won't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials. And if you loved this video, I would love it if you would share it with a friend. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.